Hola, my Vino amigos. This is Ben Simons with Vinotology, and I am here at the 2010 Wine Bloggers Conference in Walla Walla. Holla, 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 holla. So I'm here with Kaz from Kaz Winery, and yeah, some of you who listen to Wine Biz Radio will
should be
you should all be listening to Wine Biz Radio.
That's right.
And you know, I've just been such a big fan of the kind of more natural philosophy of winemaking.
Yeah.
And so it's been fun kind of hearing you talk about that on the show. And so I wanted to kind of sit down for a few minutes and pick your brain about you know, what is it that kind of talk a little bit about your winemaking philosophy.
Well, my passion, as Hardy Wallace was saying here at the conference, is I have a passion to put out a product that I like and that I believe in, and I totally believe is sustainable, organic, biodynamic, any of those things to get, or a combination of all those things to grow the grapes, but then to make a wine that is actually made in a biodynamic fashion, which we're using own yeast a lot of times. I'm basically adding nothing until maybe at bottling, if I feel that a wine is going to need just a splash of SO2. But I'm using it at 5 parts per million, not 35 to 50 to 100 parts per million. So, and that's way within organic winemaking practices. Or again, I always tell people I'm beyond organic. And it's something I believe in. There's natural ways to do things and still put a product out there that'll last and all the things that people want. And I try and follow it all the way through. Natural corks versus synthetics or plastic or rubber or whatever that's out there.
Whatever the flavor of it is.
Yeah, exactly. But I try and follow that whole thing through. It's just my own personal philosophy. I don't want to live in a vineyard that I can't walk in after I spray something. Everything we put in our vineyard it's edible.
Awesome.
The sprays for powdery mildew is lemongrass oil, and rosemary, and you know, you listen to those segments too that we tested with a lot of stuff last year, and they may not always be 100% successful. We learn from all those things, and one of my big lines is, you know, no harm in experimenting. And that's with your writing, with the blogging that people do and stuff. Try stuff. I mean, if you don't try stuff, you're not alive.
That's true. I love that approach. I think definitely letting the wine kind of be itself, you know, and it's better for people. It's you know, better for the land that you're working, and it's just all around.
And it's just, you know, and my wines change a lot, especially if the blends that I do. I do one that's called Red Set Fred, and it's a combination of Cab, Saint Merlot, and Petit Syrah. So it's a weird blend to start with, but I planted those grapes in my vineyard because those were grapes I liked, and I chose a percentage of those in the vineyard. The vineyard makes the wine. That's another one of my philosophies. I'm not creating it as a bad scientist, adding 2% of something and then trying it at 1% or 3%, which I don't think does anything. But it actually is I grow it from the vineyard out. And the people that I buy grapes from, that's the same way. They're all organic growers. We have, if they want to do Nebbiolo and Barbera and some Sangiovese, we'll pop those three together and it'll be in a blend. And it'll be that person's designated vineyard blend. It's a real wine coming from that property every year, and it'll change. Some years it might be light, it might be dark. You know, color-wise, and aromas change a little bit, but it's always going to be different. And that's okay. It's content.
There you go. So, one of the varieties that you're using is Black Spanish.
Black Spanish.
That's one that has been. There's a lot of wineries around Texas that are starting to do that. So I don't know that I had heard of someone doing it outside of Texas until you know, until I heard about it on the radio program.
And the weirdo that was trying it in our neck of the woods was not only me, but the Pagani family back 110 years ago planted it as a basically at the time it was suggested to be a rootstock, but they also were planting it on its own to see how it would grow because they didn't want to go through any of the phylloxera scare in those earlier days. And it grows extremely well against phylloxera. It's drought tolerant. It's Pierce's disease resistant. Those are the three big ones.
Yeah, and those are all reasons why they're growing in Texas.
Right, and exactly.
Right,
and it's the perfect grape. In your neck of the woods, I haven't had them all by any stretch of the means, but I have had it as a rosé, which I find highly amusing because there's no way I can get a rosé out of it. I mean, skin contact would have to be like 1 second because the juice inside is like Alicante Boucher, which is a dark, inky, pulpy grape to start with. It's just fun. It's in the blueberry, blackberry family. It's brambly, it's foxy. It's got an amazing character to it. And I'm the only winery right now in California putting out a wine. It's 100% Lenoir. And I'm gonna explore it a little bit more. I was able to get the Pagani Ranch stuff. I got some clippings from them a few years ago and popped those in the ground in our vineyard and started a small vineyard up in Lake County just again to try it in another area to see how it grows. And so I've got 3 vineyards now that are, we're pulling some fruit from, so we can do a fun blast of it. I can experiment, maybe do a port, maybe try that rosé.
That's great. That's so what are some other varieties that you're doing?
Well, when I first started out, I was using a grape it was a French-American hybrid from up in Canada and in the Finger Lakes region called Dichonac and Marcel Foch. 2 red grapes, again on the blackberry, blueberry kind of family, not definitely as deep as the Lenoir or Black Spanish, but just trying something fun and different that nobody else had, and then even blending a little of it into, like a Cabernet or a Pinot. I used to put my Dichonac and my Pinot together, and I called it Pinot Dichonac. Just to combine those 2 together, and that started a few of the other names that we put on our wines too, like Sangiovese Franc, Sangiovese Cabernet Franc. So anyway, I'll pick stuff like that. I have fun with it. I try and do something new every year. So a new blend, a new something. That makes it fun and interesting for me instead of just putting out the same Cabernet. And people would expect the same numbers. I don't give a hoot what the pH. I mean, I pick by pH and my own taste on sugar levels, but I'm not. Numbers don't interest me.
You're just making the wines that you want to make, and it's not a science experiment. It's
not driven by the market. It's definitely not science driven.
Well, that's awesome. I really appreciate that you took the time to sit here and talk about your wines. And I really would love. I mean, Randy mentioned earlier when we were talking, coming out to Sonoma sometime. And I would definitely love to make it out there.
You have to do that. You have to bring your wife with.
No, definitely.
Come as a vacation. We'll set you up in somewhere, someplace. We'll help you out and get you to find out what our neck of the woods is all about.
I would love to do that. So,
thanks so much, man.
Thank you very much.
We'll be following your career too.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks, man.